on playback with me right now, you're in the right place because we will be getting into some YouTube videos, breaking down these good takes, these bad takes that are scouring the web, especially talking about basketball. And also wanted to talk about a couple of rumors. So, I mean, you're in the right place either way. But if you want to watch the takes along with us, make sure you click the link at the top, pinned to the top of the chat, man. That should be fun. What up, Stricker? How you doing? Good to see y'all. First and foremost, I want to say congrats to Anthony Davis, who just got all-team defensive first-team player of the year, man. He made the first all-team. So very happy for that. We got that. What up, KJ? Good to see you, bro. Straga, good to see all of you guys. Lakers versus haters. Noti gang. Canelo, what's up, bro? So, yeah, you guys are in the right place if you're on playback. If you're not, make sure to hop on over so you can get to see what we're going to be watching along with us instead of just this green screen behind me. So all things are possible over on Playback TV. Again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Very easy to do. Very easy to follow along. So all defensive first team, AD, man. Round of applause for man AD. That's number one. Number two, there's rumors. They're flying again about this coaching search. Again, apparently the top three candidates, the interviews have already been held. JJ Redick, Sam Cassell, James Borrego. Don't ask. I won't tell why. But those are the top three candidates that everybody apparently very high on. And so, it's going to get interesting to see again how that develops. We heard yesterday LeBron wasn't really involved. All that good stuff, man. So it's getting interesting. But yeah, let's go ahead and load up the YouTube now. Again, follow on playback so you guys can watch along. Good take, bad take. Should be fun, man. How you doing, KJ? Family's doing good, man. Oh, you're talking about the Laker family. That's right. That's right, the Lakers family. Yeah, man. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there today. Go ahead and load up some Lakers videos, man. Let's see what they got to say on First Take and all that good stuff, man. So here we go. First topic of the day, JJ Redick. Again, if you guys are on YouTube, follow over on playback so you can see what we're looking at on this side over here. Here we go. And for some reason, I can't hear the volume on this one. Let's see if we can fix that. Bear with me here. Okay, if that one doesn't work, we'll put a different one. How about this one? Interesting. Can you guys hear it? What up, church? Welcome, brother. Let's reload it up again because for whatever reason, it's just not. Yeah, it didn't work that time. Let's reload it up again. Bear with me here, chat. Bear with me here. Doing good today, man. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. There it goes. Hopefully it works this time. Just join. Hey, we just getting started, man. We just getting started. There's rumors everywhere, so we're gonna break down the ones that are relevant today. Let's see. Okay. Maybe they talk about Coach Mike Malone. Well, what is going on here? That's interesting. It's not loading up for the first time in quite a minute. There you go. There it is. Let's go. Let's get it. You don't need a pass today. No, sir. You're good. As long as you're on the playback, we're on the right spot. Let's talk about Coach Mike Malone and his crybaby self. What they got to say. There you go. Right series, by the way. What a comeback that was, by the way. We're gonna hop into Laker videos after this one. I got you guys, man. Largest comeback in the game, so that was nuts. This next series with the Mavs is gonna be fun, man. I look forward to that one. Wow. Yo, his voice is crazy, y'all. His voice. Whew, this guy. What up, Day Day? What's up, bro? Good take, bad take today. Listen to this scrub right here. Listen to this scrub. Okay. Here's the funny part, right? So he answered the question, but he answered in such a crybaby way. Talk to him, bro. Crybaby. Don't act brand new, Stephen A. Come on now. Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yes. But he's our daddy. Stop it. Exactly. That's a common sense question, guys. This dude was asking like he really asked something stupid. No, we all want to know how you feel. Like that's legit. Yes. Talk to him, Stephen A. Mike Malone's not overrated, but he's a horrible person. He's a cocky bastard, and he wasn't humble in defeat. So that's the worst of both worlds. Hmm. Hmm. Talk to him. Good take. Yes. Yep. Reach. Yes, sir. Yep. And let me pause it right quick to add to his point, chat. And you guys agree with everything Shannon Sharp is saying. You're absolutely right, guys. And Sharp, when he's not talking Lakers, he's talking sense because he's very biased towards LeBron. But when it doesn't have to do with LeBron, he's very good at his takes. I'll say that about Shannon Sharp, which is why he was great on that other show with Skip. Um, Here's the thing, right? Mike Malone was smoking a cigar, talking about he's the Lakers' daddy, talking all this bullshit. And now that he gets eliminated, now it's a dumb question. It was a simple question. They could have really drilled him. They could have really drilled him and said, how does it feel to get schooled by a coach with less experience than you since you were in the finals last year? That should have been the real question. But they took it easy on him. How does it feel to take a loss after being up 20? Simple answer, man. It feels horrible. Be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Be honest, be respectful. Reporter ain't coming after you, man. He could have really came after you hard. How does it feel to lose to a 22-year-old, a team led by a 22-year-old, when you got all these veterans and you got the three-time MVP and you dropped the ball? That should have been the real question, but it wasn't. They let him off the hook. because, you know, the Nuggets are the golden child of the NBA. They get all the calls, they get all the reporters on their side. And he still said dumbass question, like as if the reporter really said something crazy. Like a dumbass question would have been, do you feel like this is the end of your guys' era? Then he could have been like, what? We just won a championship last year. Our prime players are 27 and 28 respectively, whatever. Then that would have been a dumbass question. But, you know, I mean, like, it really pissed me off. And at the same time, it brought me satisfaction to see his pain. This man was so upset. But we're not going to forget. And by the way, you're still due for revenge. I'm partially satisfied they got eliminated, but I also want the Lakers. Listen, we've lost so many times. We've only beat them once in the last 2 seasons, pretty much, if we go back into the last year's playoffs. And that's not good enough for me. So we got to make sure that we come back with a vengeance. The West is going to be tough. People forget Ja Morant was hurt. The West is going to be extremely tough next year, but we'll see what happens. I'll read a couple comments. Again, if you guys are on YouTube, follow on playback. That's where you guys can watch along with me. YouTube does not allow me to stream what I'm streaming on playback, so make sure I only open up YouTube to recruit the good people over to the church, man, over here to Playback TV. Very easy. Click the link, download the app, follow your boy. King Jalen said, Dan, we did the same thing up 20. Yes, we did. We lost the lead, but you didn't hear our coach or ex-coach be that classless. Like, that was absolute garbage, bro. Strager says, you know what, Dan? I was surprised. At least Joker had the balls to say flat out Timberwolves were a better team. Yeah, I'll give him props. But I think Joker low-key was just happy to go back to his horses. He was ready to make love to them horses, damn it. He was ready to go back home. He missed the horses and all of that. And so I'm not surprised. He's not very passionate. Y'all seen when he won the MVP, he was like, oh, very good team. Very good, thank you. Like, it's like emotionless. I don't understand why he has such a huge fan base outside of the Denver Nuggets. I didn't see Laker fans cheering for this dude. Like, this dude is not exciting. You know what I'm saying? He's not athletic. He's not great for the basketball brand. His expressions after winning a championship was trash. Expression after winning 3 MVPs is trash. So I really don't understand where the fandom comes. And unless you look like the player and you play like the player, then I can see why you want to pattern your game after him. But outside of that, like, nobody likes Joker if you're not a Denver Nuggets fan. Nobody should like him, at least. It's not very likable. Ant-Man on the other end, very, very likable. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Die Hard, who posted that, you know, he takes after Kobe Bryant and some of the greats that came before him and stuff like that. Let me bring in my boy KJ. He wants to join the stage. Got you, brother.
What up?
Hey, what up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, I know why he was mad.
Of course.
It wasn't Dan. It wasn't the fact that they lost.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the press game. Did you watch the press game on TV or like did you watch like on your phone?
I just watched the clips. I really wasn't interested in what the heck he had.
Okay. If you watch it's like the raw version of it. Like, you know, when they put it on TV, they can kind of edit all that.
Yeah.
You heard they was right by the Timberwolves locker room, and you hear them
cheering. Huh? Oh yeah,
they cheering. Yeah, so he was getting pissed off because they was cheering.
Yeah. Yep. He said, Dante said, let's be clear, y'all. The Celtics are our number one ops. Oh, no doubt. Nobody's saying they're not. He said, but this 30 clip got enough rounds for any team to get extra cute. Big facts. But here's the thing. The reason we wanted Denver eliminated, because they eliminated us twice in the playoffs. If you don't have a passion against that, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sure you're a Laker fan.
You can put my goddamn team out. Fuck y'all. Shit.
Yeah. Like, that was, you know, public enemy number 1 for the last 2 years. But of course, nobody wants to see Boston win. By the way, we'll be going live tonight, so make sure y'all get in here early at 5 for the playback live session, man, as the Pacers take on the Celtics. So go Pacers, baby. We're ready for that. But the Celtics are the last team I hate in the playoffs. I've been pretty happy with the way things have gone outside of the East, right? In the West, I mean, think about it. Everybody I hated in the West got eliminated. Clippers out, easy first round. You know, shout out to Dallas for that. Now the Denver Nuggets out in the second round. Shout out to the Timberwolves for that. Now they get to match up, which is going to be a very epic, I believe, 6 to 7 game series. Who you got, KJ, between Dallas and Minnesota? Who you got?
Minnesota slightly because they can play defense. They can lock you up. I mean, it matter.
Yeah, it was brought to my attention that Dallas, the last 10 games, have been a top 4 defense in the league. So, I mean, they're turning up at the right time. To me, it's a coin flip. I do believe that the Timberwolves have the size advantage, which wins 9 times out of 10. But anything can happen when you got two killers like Dallas. So I just want to see a great series. May the best team win. I will.
If it's a close game, I'm gonna edge it out to the Timberwolves. If it's
right,
close.
Right. Yeah. May the best team win. What up, Script? What up, all day? Trey, all day. Appreciate you guys, man. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure to follow on Playback. We are breaking down these takes.
But Celtics, man, them sons of bitches they ain't do shit.
Yeah. Yep.
So when they finally get punched in the mouth, they ain't gonna be able to respond. They ain't been going through shit.
Boston is the last team that worries me because obviously they've had a easy path to the finals. That could help, assuming you'd be more fresh. But I think Indy's about to put up a fight, and hopefully they steal a win. Game 1 here on the road. That would be great, man. So right now, we the biggest Pacer fans for this next 7-game series.
McConnell, he's going to help a lot.
They got a better bench, in my opinion. They got a better bench. Like, if you look at the Celtics, they're top heavy, but their bench struggles, right? Meanwhile, the Pacers got a bench. Obviously, McConnell, they got guys like that. Nembhard. I don't know if Nembhard's starting or coming off the bench, but they got some really good role players, and I think it's going to be a battle of attrition. Let's hear what they got to say about this Mike Malone take to finish it off right here.
No, that ain't why. Stop lying. Stop lying to the people. The motherfuckers cheering in the background. That's why he mad. Fuck that. Bro, this shit hard, bro. This shit hard going back to back. Bro, this shit is hard, bro.
It's definitely not easy to winning championships.
This shit hard.
It's definitely not easy winning championships at all.
LeBron barely did it in Miami. Shit, that shit hard, bro.
Let's be honest. The East is way easier than the West. It always has been.
Yeah.
And so I respect everybody who came to the West and isn't running from the grind. Like LeBron, shout out to him. Shout out to Kyrie. Shout out to everybody who came to the West. Running from the grind because you got to go through it, man, to get out of the West. It's not going to be easy.
Because I ain't gonna lie, who in the East? Wow, Philly, Boston.
I mean, it says a lot that the best point guard in the East is Jalen Brunson. It tells you a lot. And that's not a knock against him because he has elevated himself to one of the top guards, if not the best point guard in the NBA. But
if Brunson was in the West, would he be a top point guard still, you think?
Who knows? Because the record matters. The record matters. Everything matters for sure. Die Hard wrote a book. I'm just playing. He said, Chris Haynes asked Edwards what kind of film he watches to deal with the box and one-style defense. Teams sometimes play on him. Edwards said he's been watching film of Kobe Bryant and Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it shows on the court, by the way. That's why we love him. He said, I definitely wish he could have been a mentor to me. Edwards said, he was that to a lot of people who are playing today, but unfortunately things happen. He said Edwards added of Bryant, he was one of a kind. There's nobody else like him. A lot of guys want to play like him, but will never be another Kobe. But I'm happy to be in the same position as him. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of people don't understand. Y'all asked for the Court Kings merch. We delivered, man. It is there and it is fire. Shout out to Chris.
When I get paid, I'm getting that fucking shirt. Fuck the Dragon Ball Z shirt. Fuck that one.
No. Don't say that. That's a badass shirt.
I mean, in a good way. I'm going to still get it, but hey,
I got to get both, man. I got to get up on my own Court Kings gear, man. My closet is already full of Court Kings, but I got to get some more. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, Ant-Man, we've seen that it factor. He has it. He has it, He has the it factor. So we want to see him continue to prevail as long as he's not going against us. Let me tell y'all something. Ant-Man is going to be a problem for us for years to come. So we might go from liking him and loving him, some of us, to actually hating him.
This son of a bitch.
Yeah, if he gets in the way. Not just the way, and that's not a bad thing because we need some more villains like Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? If he becomes a Laker, then we'll worship.
He's doing it the right way.
Yeah, but he does it the right way. He has the right mindset. You can see when he's mic'd up, he's a true leader. and he's got the Mamba mentality. And like he said, there's only ever going to be one Kobe, but the fact that he's studying Kobe film, I see it a lot in his little turnaround jump shot when he pump fakes to the left and fades away to the right. I see a lot of the similar footwork. Of course, there's only one Kobe, but I really respect and like a player who takes from the best and learns from the best and adds it to his game little by little. So, it's a pleasure.
But they're stealing. Motherfucker, if I
Bro.
hear that dumb shit ever again.
Bro, two of my favorite NBA players are going to go at it in the Western Conference Finals. Life is good for me right now. Kyrie versus Ant. And he said that's going to be my matchup.
Who you want, Kyrie or Ant-Man?
Hey, I don't have a horse in the race. I'm a Laker fan, but the guy that I really hated is gone, Joker. And now I really need Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the other guys I hate, to be gone. So those are the enemies. As far as who I'm rooting for, I just want to see a good series, man. And I want to see what both of those guys are made of. If Kyrie elevates his team and gets them to that next level, man, his legacy elevates as well. And then same thing for Ant-Man. At the age of 22, if he can get to the finals, you know how huge that will be for his
first championship in franchise history, bro.
That would be huge. All right, let's find another video. What do you guys want me to put, man? I'll let you guys vote for it. You guys see the videos down here. This says Stephen A thinks Anthony Edwards is better. Be careful. So Stephen A being a little diva. Perk and RJ debate Luka Doncic or Anthony Edwards. Lakers infatuated with Celtics versus Pacers Eastern Conference Finals. Blah 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 blah. Which one you guys want to see?
Bro, I don't know if you seen one. They was talking about Bronny can potentially go number one because they betting on it. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Hell no.
Yeah. Look, man, I haven't seen none of these, so I'm gonna let you guys vote. I'm gonna keep it to 2 on the stage for now, bro, just so we can actually listen to the takes and read some of the comments. I'll keep it to 2 right now. Darius.
Darius can take my spot. Come on, Darius.
You out?
No, I'm still being in the chat. Let Darius come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on, Darius.
All right, Darius. Let's see. There you go, Darius. You got it, bro. Let's see here. There he is. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? How you doing, man?
Very good. We smoking that Nuggets pack.
Still smoking that Nuggets pack. Now we need to smoke that Celtic pack. I'm ready for it, man.
Oh, that's great because I'm part Irish. I need that shit.
Look, the only thing I need now is I don't care if Indiana wins the championship. I don't care if Dallas or Minnesota, as long as it ain't Boston. That's all we need. All right, let's get into this next one. Let's see what Luka versus Anthony Edwards. Which one you guys want to see, man? Which one y'all want to see? Undisputed? All right, Undisputed it is. Let's see. Where is it at? Down here. Lakers. The Lakers one. Okay, that makes sense. Let's go. There it is. Let's see what type of take this is right here. What's up, Rob? By the way, I really think the Lakers front office is trying to sell us towards what looks like to be our next head coach, JJ Redick. They're saying they viewing him as the next Pat Riley like coach prospect. That is high praise. That is like Hall of Fame level praise. You can't grab a rookie and put that type of expectations on him. But hey, that's what the Lakers are doing. I don't see it. Hopefully I'm wrong, but we'll see. Infatuated. Wow, that's high expectations, Chad. Yeah, there's no way. I agree. Eric Fisher's another good example. Yep, agreed. Listen. Here's the Darius. If you're with me, here's the problem I have with these comparisons. Right there, you can't go from 0 to 100 real quick and say JJ's the next Pat Riley. What has he shown outside of his podcast to give you that? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Like, look, there's been a lot more failures as first-year coaches than successes. Which was the last time a first-year coach had success? Steve Kerr,
Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse, and Steve Kerr. Outside of those two, in the last 20 years, how many more have had first-year success as head coaches? And I will not mince my words. That's exactly what the Lakers need. They need first-year success. We cannot afford to fail another year, to miss the playoffs, to make it through the play-in tournament. We need to be a top 4 seed in the West to say that this team was a success. But most importantly, we need to go to the NBA Finals.
That finished it all.
Yeah. Frank Vogel, that's right. I forget about Frank Vogel, but see, that doesn't count to me because he wasn't.
He's been with the
he
Pacers.
wasn't a rookie head coach. He wasn't a rookie head coach. He had a coaching experience. I'm talking about coaches that had no head coaching experience. You feel me? So that he doesn't count. I'm talking about coaches that have no head coaching experience, like JJ Redick, like Pat Riley, who come in and take over right away, right? So that's what I meant right there, Lakers versus haters. But yeah, there's not too many that come in year one as rookie head coaches with no experience and take over. So that's why I really have trouble comparing him to Pat Riley. If anything, like setting that type of high expectation for a rookie coach, you're setting him up for failure because anything short of a championship or anything short of a finals appearance is going to be highly scrutinized, right? So that's how I feel about that, Darius. How you feel about that?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like how Stephen A. Smith said that Devin Booker was the next Kobe. Like you remember that from 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That put too much pressure on the guy. And just because he had that one good Western Conference Finals game where he dropped 40 on the Clippers, that doesn't make him the next Kobe. You gotta
But as far as
Booker,
there's a very small sample size in the last 20 years of rookie head coaches with limited to no experience that come in and lead you to a title. There's very few to none examples. And then Pat Riley was like an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? Pat Riley was just a mastermind. He was somebody who was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and he capitalized. Mike Nori could be good, but at least he has assistant coaching experience, and he's currently on a team. I agree with you, Reese. He's currently on a team that is doing really well, and he's a huge part of the reason they're doing well. It's been documented, so that is the good news. All right, let's let this take keep going really quick. But that's the problem. Looking and sounding the part sounds good, but who else looked and sounded the part, right? Darvin Ham. I don't remember too many people that were negative on him when his name came up. Matter of fact, he was a top 2 candidate in my list. I had Mark Jackson followed by Darvin Ham, and from the coaches that were available at the time. And so it shows you that sometimes presentation isn't everything. Like I'm gonna hold, regardless of whoever we hire, Laker family, I'm gonna hold and reserve my judgment because I really need to see the product on the court. Now, let me ask you guys this. Who do you guys prefer from all the candidates? Log in your votes in the chat. I want to see. Some people say Sam Cassell. Some say Mike Nori. I'm just talking about the available ones, not including, obviously, the unavailable ones in what's his name? Tyronn Lue. So I want to know. I want to know what you guys feel. Let's let it keep rolling.
All right, so Reese says Mike and Nori for sure.
No, for sure. I mean, the chat, there's going to be different names thrown in there and for different reasons as well. But I'm saying for me personally, whoever it is, I'm going to root for him, of course. There's a lot of Sam Cassell because he has probably the most experience from assistant being an assistant and stuff like that. But and he's been saying all the right things. But again, we got to figure it out. We got to figure it out and just give it time. Hopefully we land the right one. But let's see what the panel thinks here. Nobody wanted the head coaching job at the time. That's what it was. A lot of pressure, man. Mm. Hey, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys something about this guy. He makes a lot of valid points. Now, sometimes he puts on his player fan hat on, and I don't listen. But I do believe that the Lakers do want to have a fall guy at all times. And the way they're prepping him up, Pat Riley. You know what I'm saying? You're already setting him up for failure. You don't want to do that. I really don't like these high expectation quotes that are coming out from the media, right? Solo, I absolutely agree, bro. They messed up when they didn't hire Tyronn Lue. I mean, that was a huge misstep, but there's been a couple. The Russell Westbrook was a misstep. You know what I'm saying? Holding on to Frank Vogel for an extra year was a misstep. They should have let him go 1 year earlier after he failed. A couple of things there. But right now they have a golden opportunity to clean the slate and start fresh with a new coach. And they got to make sure that this guy is going to be the real deal. The attributes I'm looking forward from this coach, he has to be able to command the locker room. That's number one. And that's a tall task. That's not easy to ask. Can JJ Redick do it? TBD, right? To be determined. We don't know. James Borrego, not likely. Mike Inori, TBD. Again, we don't know. But we got to be highly intelligent in this next hire because it could either propel us forward or, like I said yesterday, bring us back a couple of steps. And I don't like that at all. Now, as far as this whole take goes, man, I think my guy cooked. I think my guy is cooking right now with the long hair. What's his name? I forget his name. Squidward. What's his name? Nick Wright. Yeah, there you go. Nick Wright. Sometimes Nick do be right. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes Nick is right. And in this case, he is. Now, again, just like Shannon, sometimes he puts on his player cap on because we know they're LeBron diehards. And, he can be Nick wrong from time to time. But right now, Squidward is correct. All right, let's keep it rolling. He does look like Tom Green, Reg, though. Yes, sir. Oh, get him. Get him. See, this is where it doesn't make fun to me. It doesn't make sense to me, Darius, sometimes, right? So conveniently, LeBron wants nothing to do with these coaching hires that have failed. But that wasn't the rumors that was going around when these coaches were being hired. They're just all of a sudden now coming out, right? They're just all of a sudden now coming out with these rumors that LeBron had nothing to do with them. Why do we wait till a coach gets fired and failure happens for LeBron to clean his hands? I feel like Clutch is very powerful. They got a lot of mouthpieces. I do feel like Shannon is one of them. Squidward is another one. At times, they're coming out here, and there's no point of you mentioning that. Right now, we're having a different topic of conversation, and they just nonchalantly throw that in there. Do you think LeBron has anything to do with the coaching hires or not?
I don't know per se, but well, we obviously do know he was responsible for getting Westbrook to come to the Lakers. That's what we've heard and what he's
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
But as you've covered before, was he involved with the hiring of Darvin Ham? I don't
I remember there was plenty of reports at the time before he got hired that said LeBron really liked Darvin, and so did AD. So I just don't like this wishy-washy stuff. This is the one thing I respect the heck out of LeBron. I think he's great, one of the greatest.
Yeah, Monty's a big fan of him.
The off-court stuff, though, you got to be careful because this guy, man, I feel like he is a master manipulator with the off-court stuff. Like he doesn't. I knew that the media would turn on him after this coach firing and saying everywhere LeBron goes, coaches get fired. And to a certain degree, it has some truth to it because there's a lot of responsibility that comes with coaching a great player like LeBron, like a Kobe Bryant, like a Michael Jordan, right?
Except Eric Spoelstra.
Right. Well, that guy's untouchable because he's a GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. But yeah, Bron does move like a politician. I agree with that. And it's no knock against him, but sometimes it could do a franchise. It could do a franchise wrong, right? But Dante says Bron always have an input. I don't believe nothing they say and half of what you see. That's what I always say, Dante. Exactly, brother. Believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. Absolutely. And to add to that, LeBron James, like his whole career, I believe, has had inputs and everything. His whole career. Matter of fact, if we go back to when Andrew Wiggins was drafted first overall on the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron went back in the offseason knowing that they had drafted one of the highly touted prospects at the time in Wiggins, and they made that trade because they wanted to bring LeBron back. I feel like that was to appease LeBron. They made that trade for Kevin Love. LeBron wanted Kevin Love. People forget Kevin Love was averaging like 26 and 15 at the time in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it ended up working out. He got a championship out of it, but they also gutted young core pieces. I'm not saying Wiggins wasn't worth trading because he was at the end of the day, but everywhere LeBron goes, trades happen, coaching fires happen. And I don't think it's just a coincidence, chat. I don't. So I don't see. This is what I'm saying. I listen to Nick Wright when he is being objective and just breaking down stuff. But when they start saying LeBron has nothing to do, bro, you sound like a mouthpiece right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know he has nothing to do with it? Is that what Rich Paul and them are feeding you? Doesn't mean it's necessarily true, right? So again, I find all of this intriguing. The fact that the report recently came out yesterday, that's why I made a video about LeBron not being involved and all this and that. Is like either A, he's looking to move on to another team, or B, he doesn't want to get blamed for any of the coaching hires or firings, right? Which makes perfect sense if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
But this is interesting, man. I really listen. We're gonna be breaking these down all summer long, so hopefully you guys like it. If you guys do, drop a fire emoji on here. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure to follow on playback where you can actually hear and see the visuals and audio along with us. Okay. But here we go. Let's let them finish out their take. Mm. And that's just the thing. We got to stop looking for sexy names out here, man. I know it's Hollywood. I know it's Hollywood, but we got to stop looking for big names. We need effectiveness. We need a drill sergeant, man. Go get Avery Johnson, the little general. Bring me him as a head coach right now. He's not even mentioned in the coaching ranks. I need somebody who's going to chew people's asses out. And I'm talking no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like I need somebody who's going to come in here and just go crazy, man. Like everybody can get it. Popovich style. And matter of fact, LeBron has craved the Popovich style coach. No Diddy again. Hell no Diddy. But he's craved to be coached by a strong-minded individual who he can actually follow. Because I don't believe LeBron respects a lot of head coaches in this league. Spoelstra was the exception. Tyronn Lue was the other one. Outside of Tyronn Lue and Spoelstra, what other head coaches has LeBron respected thoroughly? Right?
Nobody. Because everybody is like the coaches, they suck up to the players, which like the thing about coaches is like yeah, you want to stick up for your player like they on your team, but if they not doing good, you gotta like rein them in because some of these players think they're above the coach, and it's like
a lot of players think they're above the coaches. It is a players' league at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Sadly, it has become a players' league. And so that is that. However, you still need a good coach to win a championship. I mean, you need one, at least a decent one. We won with
especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the play. Yeah,
because as you said, coaching matters. Because I mean, look at Chris Finch for the Timberwolves. Despite him being injured on the sidelines, he's like, I don't know if you noticed, he's sitting behind Micah Nori, and he's still kind of like guiding him on a play or how to set up this defense or bring in the right rotations for this exact moment.
Right. Yeah. You got to make the right decisions, man, at the right times to get far in these playoffs. And I think these playoffs have definitely showed that. All right. Let's head on to our next video. JJ Redick is the best choice for the Lakers. All right, let's see what we know. They're biased. That's their colleague, but let's see what they got to say about that.
Yeah, they worked with them.
Uh-huh.
Purple and fold. That's so weird. Like, is that supposed to be funny? Purple and fold?
I don't know, man. It's corny. Corny to me. Corny to me, bro. I don't know.
Oh yeah, this was the take from this morning.
All right, let's see. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see what they got to say. Hmm. You know what? You know what? Again, the Shannon Sharp cooking right here. I also believe we need better role players. It's going to be a lot of roster gutting to get that third superstar. And there's already been reported out there that a lot of these franchises don't want to trade their stars, starting with Dan Gilbert, which we predicted wouldn't probably want to do LeBron any favors since he left. Right now, people forget it wasn't a very sweet ending for LeBron in Cleveland. There's a reason he left that team again for the second time, right? And the reason was that the Cleveland Cavaliers had the 7th overall pick in the subsequent year's draft. It ended up being Colin Sexton, by the way. But LeBron wanted them to trade that pick. And again, this is what I mean. Everywhere LeBron goes, young players get traded. Draft picks get traded. Coaches get fired. It comes with the territory of having a great player, right? So people forget that the Cavaliers and Dan Gilbert refused to trade that 7th overall pick. You would think that after he delivered a title there to that city, they would do whatever he wanted, right? Since he's their best player probably in history ever, that there's ever going to touch the Cleveland Cavalier hardwood floor. You would think, or at least LeBron and Clutch probably thought they would bend over backwards to appease him, and they didn't. Once again, Dan Gilbert said, "No, I'm not selling my soul to the Clutch, and I'm gonna go. If you want to leave, leave." And that's exactly what LeBron did. He left for the better team, for the better city, and probably never to look back. Right? If he goes back to Cleveland, he'd have to swallow his pride for a second time. And same thing with Dan Gilbert. And so it wouldn't make sense for Dan Gilbert, with that ego he has and that personality and that greed and jealousy that he has towards LeBron, to trade Donovan Mitchell to the Lakers, no matter what he gets. Even if we have the best trade package, he'd probably rather take less than to help LeBron potentially win another title. So we're going to have to be realistic this offseason. Is Donovan Mitchell a possibility to the Lakers? Yes, he still is a possibility, only because it's a players' league. And if he says, "I will not extend with any other team except for the Lakers," very few teams are going to be willing to give up a lot of assets for 1-year rental, and that'll put a lot of pressure on Dan Gilbert. However, if Donovan Mitchell says, "I would love to go to Miami, I would love to go to New York, I would love to go to the LA," Dan Gilbert will 9 times out of 10 choose the other 2 teams rather than us. That's just the reality of things here. So realistically, the Lakers have to start looking at other options, right? If LeBron leaves because he didn't like the fact that we didn't trade for a superstar, if I'm the Lakers front office, I say, well, you know what? Thank you for your service, man. Good luck wherever you go. It's not like you got 10 years of domination left, right? Not like you're going to reign supreme for the next 10 years. You got 2-3 years max, right? So you don't really lose a lot if you're the Lakers. You might lose more if he stays and you sell your soul to Clutch all the way. You already depleted your assets for the last 5 years. If you do it for the next 5, you could be really in trouble. So again, for me, I'm half and half. I like LeBron. If he stays, take a little less than the max, help our flexibility out a little bit, and don't expect a superstar. If it happens, so be it. If we get Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell or anybody like that, borderline all-star type, so be it. If they deal in good faith, but if they don't, we got to pivot, go get another big man, go get another wing, go get things that we could actually use. And again, the head coach has to be right, not just for LeBron and AD, but for years to come, in my opinion. So all those things factor into what the Lakers are doing, and what they have to do moving forward. That's how I feel about it, chat. How do you guys feel about it? I'll read a couple comments before we continue this segment. Solo, my guy, he said, they say that when Bron leaves an organization, they don't make it back to the playoffs is because it's like Galactus of the NBA. He depletes a team of his assets, then leaves. And that's where the Lakers have to be smart, right? It's like having LeBron on your roster is like dating a Kardashian. You don't want to be left high and dry. You don't want to be left high and dry. Once they leave you, they take your soul with them. You want to make sure you keep your sanity, you keep your dignity, and you keep your pride. Your Laker pride, damn it. You know what I'm saying? the late great Dr. Jerry Buss, God rest his soul, built a wonderful foundation for this city for years to come. And the kids haven't really lived up to the hype at all. The daughter did a little bit of a better job than you know what I'm saying? Jeannie has done a way better job than Jim, but Jim was a horse racer, right? Him and Jokic probably would have got along nicely. So that's who he was. But Jeannie actually cares about the city. I do love that about her. I think her heart is in the right place. However, sometimes she has to be a little more cutthroat, like her father was. I would say that. If I was an advisor to Jeannie, I'd say, "Hey, Jeannie, Rob should be on a hot chair right now. You know, if Rob doesn't get it done this summer, and if he doesn't build for not only the now but for the future, then you got to let him go as well." And as far as Linda, Kurt, and Bert, and all the other dirts out there, you got to cut them off because you should only have one voice in the front office, and that's yours and the general manager, as well as the shareholders. But man, those other friends that come from the side and they, what I'm saying, they're whispering like Lord of the Rings and Golem, my precious. Like, you don't need those type of pressures in this front office when you're a Laker, because there's already a lot of pressures that come from the fan base, from the mainstream media, and from your superstars. So the last thing you need is pressures from outside voices. It's going to drive anybody crazy, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for some stability, and I hope that it starts in this offseason. This could be a very key offseason to set us up for success in the next 5 to 10 years, or is going to pull us back some more. We've already been pulled back a lot. Listen, the mistakes didn't start when LeBron got here. They were already going. Number one mistake we made after Dr. Jerry Buss was giving Lil Dang and Mozgov those horrid, putrid contracts.
Ugh.
Number one mistake that I can remember, right? The other mistake we made, and this was when Dr. Buss was still alive, obviously, but I don't think he was making these decisions anymore because he was getting less and less involved, and he was grooming his children to make more decisions. I believe this was a Jim Buss move. Trading for Dwight Howard was a huge mistake. Now, Bynum was still hurt, and he didn't have a great rest of his career, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the draft picks and everything else we gave up. So there's been plenty of missteps along the way, right? Plenty of missteps along the way. I mean, I could go on and on and on about the missteps, but that's not my point here. My point is that we have to start getting things right. And honestly, if I'm Jeannie, I say, okay, Rob, I know I gave you an extension, but prove me right. And it's got to be the year you prove me right. Get us back at least into the NBA Finals. I know it's a lot. It's not easy. There's 29 other teams. It's not a gimme. You can earn it. But as long as you got two great players like LeBron and AD, if you build around them right, if you coach them properly, and you build a winning culture, there's a chance. You have a chance. We've seen LeBron go to the finals how many times in a row? Right? Now, I understand that was the East and the West is tougher. But they got to be smart, man. They can't have those setbacks no more. No mas, Darius. And I know you're a rookie, Darius, and you with us just this season moving forward. But Lakers always find a way. So I'm not too concerned. I'm sure they will. There's too much pressure from the shareholders, from the mainstream media and the fans for them not to. But I just don't want it to take too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want it to like blow over for like for the next couple of years type of.
Yes.
Type of
The Lakers
situation.
are not the Golden State Warriors. We don't build once every 40 years. We don't do that. You know what I mean? We don't do that. So we got to be better, man. We got to be better. I miss Laker basketball too, Chet. But hey, we got a lot of coverage coming up, both on Playback and YouTube. So stay tuned. All right, let's finish this takeout and see what Shannon's preaching. Wow. Wow. Clowning. Mm. Okay. That's where I got to stop. This is the first bad take of the day right here. The Lakers don't have a great selection of what to trade. Really? Really, Wendy? Listen, man, you must got the sauces because you damn sure don't got the sources. I'll tell you that. What you mean? We have a lot of great assets. We got 3 first-round picks. All right. We have young talent this time around. Last time when we had Westbrook, they were saying we didn't have nothing. Okay, they had a little bit more of a point there. It was going to be hard to offload Westbrook. Now we don't have bad contracts to offload. Austin Reeves is a phenomenal contract. Bang for your buck. You're talking about 16 points a game, 5 assists efficiently. He's an up and coming. He's really a star in his role. Whatever the role that is, he's a star in his role. He might not be an all-star. Maybe one day he will be on his own team, just like Kuz or like Julius. But right now, he's a great asset. And a lot of teams out there actually want Austin Reeves. You got Rui. Rui didn't have the best playoffs, but he had a very solid regular season, even though he was misutilized by the coaching staff, right? So here's what drives me crazy. Why they always saying baseless stuff like we don't have anything? That's how you know the media hates the Lakers. We have plenty to trade. And that's not the issue. Now, we have Max Christie as well. Yes, sir. He's a restricted free agent, but yeah, he's basically ours. Here's the thing, though. My only concern is if we trade all these assets, then we will be like Wendy just mentioned, depleted, right? So he's talking about us post-trade for the star player, not pre. Pre, we're good. We have depth. Don't let Darvin scam fool you. He misutilized guys like Christian Wood, who's on a very, very cheap, valuable contract. Obviously, Vando was hurt. He's an asset as well. You know what I'm saying? We have plenty. It's just that the media never wants to give us our flowers. It drives me crazy when I hear stuff. That's the first bad take of the day right there. All the other ones were good. That's a bad take right there. Bad take. And that's what this show is called, good take, bad take. We got to acknowledge the good ones as well as the bad ones, Darius. But that right there, man, that kind of pissed me off that Wendy said we have no assets. Chat, we have assets. We were just in the Western Conference Finals last year with similar team, but better. This year, we actually had a better roster on paper. We dealt through some adversities, through some injuries and some poor coaching. Doesn't mean that our assets got worse. You know what I mean, Darius?
Yeah, because I mean, if I can speak right now, the difference between last year and this season with the Lakers. Last season, to recap, it was dealing with Westbrook's antics, and once he got to the Clippers, the Lakers made it farther because if Westbrook would have stayed, the Lakers they would have been in the same spot, not making the playoffs.
Right.
This season, it was of course adversity with Christian Wood not being there, Vanderbilt not being there, because I'm pretty much sure if Vanderbilt and Wood were healthy, like they were healthy for the entire Denver Nuggets series, that would at least go to 7.
Right.
Because I'm pretty much sure Vanderbilt could at least do something on Jamal Murray.
Vanderbilt could have been an X factor for us in that series. He could have been a huge reason to why we actually win some of those close games rather than losing them. But that's neither here nor there. You know, the point is that they're saying we don't have assets, that we're depleted. They're acting like all we have that's good on this roster is LeBron and AD. That is not a fact. Rui is very good, and he's very coveted around the league. Every time there's been trade rumors, they've called for Rui. They've especially called for Reeves. D'Angelo Russell sucked with us, but come on now. He's still an 18 point per game regular season scorer. Rumor has it today that the Orlando Magic are very interested in him and signing him in the offseason if he opts out. So there's people act like we don't have assets until those assets actually land on other teams and they turn into even more valuable. For example, nobody was gassing Caruso like Laker fans were until he went to the Bulls. Now all of a sudden everybody can see it. Now he's winning, second all-team NBA defense. You know what I mean? Like the hate is real, and this is why I have my platform. I'm here to expose that hate. How can you say we have no assets, man? We're one of the deeper teams in the league. We're just misutilized this season. Don't forget about Gabe. You're right. Gabe Vincent is very solid. He was starting on the Eastern Conference Finals team last year, right?
With the Heat, though.
Yeah. So come on now. But let's let Mr. Sauces continue his blasphemy spiel here. It just pissed me off, bro. It pissed me off to hear stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like saying somebody would be like, "Oh, the worst movie is like the best."
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. He said we got some draft picks, bro. We got 3 first-round picks. First-round picks aren't just draft picks anymore. Teams actually building their franchise through picks. Plus, LeBron James's end of his career. If we're really going to be as bad as they say for years to come, since we're not going to have LeBron no more, then those draft picks should be even more valuable. Man, I wish I was on these panels, bro. I would be destroying these folks, man. I wouldn't even be respectful about it either, man. I wouldn't be respectful about it. I would literally be on Wendy's ass. No Diddy, man. I would listen. If he says something like that, I'd be like, tell me you don't watch Lakers basketball without telling me. Like, that is crazy. These guys are really casuals, Chad. You guys are right about that. That's crazy.
Hey, yo, Dan. Yeah. I know for a fact you would roast Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, like on ESPN's pregame show with Malika Andrews.
You have to keep it a stack, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and comment about Milwaukee's roster when I didn't see Milwaukee play all year, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and say they don't have anything when I didn't watch them play all year because I figured once they got Doc Rivers, they were done, right? So I can't sit here and comment off of something that I casually watch. They watch the Lakers once every national televised game, and that's it. We watch them every single game from preseason, from summer league, all the way on down to the postseason, right? So that's the difference. Like, they need to hire actual Laker fan correspondents who can actually bring some real base to these arguments because he's exposing himself right now, and I'm helping him expose himself by telling you guys, hey, wait a minute. He's saying they have let me rewind it to what he said. They have some draft picks. Like, he's trying to underplay our draft picks. No, bro. If anything, our picks are gonna be worth more than other teams because those picks could be in the lottery in the future years when LeBron retires. They could be potentially. I'm not saying they will be. Well, potentially, right? If the Lakers, assuming they go through another hiatus when they don't grab good free agents, that's what could happen, right? Hypothetically speaking, not saying it will happen because the Lakers always rise, but hypothetically speaking, when LeBron leaves, they could be in the lottery on paper, right? So, so I just don't get it. This is him trying to downplay our picks. Look, watch.
Yep, like the Phoenix Bird, not the Phoenix Suns, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but look, listen. It's bestie. It's funny, dog. Oh, man. Let me tell you something, man. And yo, Armando, you're absolutely right. The Lakers hate is so real. The media needs to stop. They will say anything negative things about our team. This is unfair. That's why I'm here, man. I'm here to break down the bad takes. This is a horrendous take. All right, more at stake this offseason is always going to be the Lakers because the expectations always are on the Lakers. Let's be honest. The Knicks only barely started having some expectations because they had some success this year. And I like the Knicks. They're my second favorite team. But let's be honest. The Knicks only now started having expectations because Jalen Brunson had an MVP caliber season, because the injuries made their season, end, and we question what they could have been if they didn't get hurt. But let's not act like the Lakers weren't hurt this year as well. We were hurt almost all year. We lost some key rotation pieces, man. We lost some like starting caliber players. We lost some players that actually helped us win the in-season tournament, which is a championship in itself. And I'm not going to sweep it under the rug just because the Lakers won it, right? That's going to be a coveted event. We saw people actually die on the floor for loose balls playing with playoff intensity. So it's not like that was gift wrap for us. We earned that, right? We basically went undefeated, which is what gave us hope at that time, that even in spite of having a boneheaded coach, we would figure things out and find a way to compete for a title. That wasn't the case at the end of the day. Too many injuries and too many boneheaded coaching mistakes. But the Knicks will never have more pressure than the Lakers. Anything the Knicks do, as far as making it to the postseason and beyond, is going to be looked as an overachievement just because their franchise has sucked for the past 20 years. The Lakers have won championships in every generation. We're always going to have more pressure, and we're going to have more at stake in the offseason. We're the ones that have to potentially future retiring superstar. We're the ones that have to hire a new head coach. So, again, they're getting schooled at their own question. I think Molly's about to touch on this point. I think Molly's about to break it down. Look. What? It doesn't matter what moves the Lakers make this offseason? Since when?
What?
Since when, chat? Since when does it not matter what moves you make in the offseason? It matters what every fucking team, 1 through 30, moves they make this offseason. I didn't see Boston. I hate to use them as an example. But I've seen Boston go from Paul Pierce lottery teams to a KG, Rondo, Ray Allen-led championship team in one offseason. So you mean to tell me that there's no way we can get it right no matter what we do? The hate is real, chat. The hate is real. You see what we deal with, Darius, every fucking year, brother.
Bro, like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Here's the thing. Like, we've seen, and during the offseason, we've seen teams get players that can at least elevate their status quo. Like look at the Knicks. They got Jalen Brunson from the 2022 season. Even Boston, as much as we hate them, they went and got Drew Holiday. They got Kristaps Porzingis. Like, teams making improvement from failures of past seasons.
Yep. Exactly, bro. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Again, for those of you that are on YouTube, you're not able to watch along because YouTube won't allow it. Click the link at the top. Just read a little bit. Read the instructions. Click the link. And you'll be able to join us over on playback. We're not just yapping. We're actually watching some pretty bad takes right now. So make sure you guys join us. If you're not, if you know, you know. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Diehard said if Darvin Ham was competent, we would have beat the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Yeah, look, absolutely. I feel like we had the tools to compete versus anybody in the 7-game series. We showed it during the in-season tournament. I don't care what nobody says. The competition elevated, and we went undefeated. We won 7 games in a row in the tournament, which for me, what that told me is we had a great chance, but we couldn't overcome the 2 things I mentioned: bad coaching, number 1, and injuries, number 2. All right, so it's ridiculous how I feel like they rephrase this question every offseason. I remember when a couple years back when we were rebuilding, they said, who's going to rebuild first? The Knicks. This is like 7 years ago. Or the Lakers. And they chose the Knicks. They always pick the opposite team. And I was laughing because I was like, I'm sorry, but history repeats itself. what have the Knicks done in the last 20 years versus what have the Lakers done? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it makes me sick, man. It makes me sick. But let's let these blasphemous ass people keep spewing their garbage.
And we the sanitation workers because we cleaning up the trash.
Big facts. Big fact. Look what this non-winning player is.
Oh, Austin Rivers.
Yeah, about our winning franchise. Look what he's saying.
Yeah, bro. Like Doc Rivers traded you just to keep his own job.
It's funny how they mention LeBron and AD wasting their years in the league. Every fucking superstar that doesn't win a championship wastes his years in the league. Devin Booker wastes his years in the league. Kevin Durant wasting his years in the league. Giannis Antetokounmpo wasting his years in the league, led by your pops, by the way. So it's funny how they like to say that players that are currently under the Lakers are wasting their years in the league. Curry wasting years. You see what I mean? We can really come up with this narrative. Kawhi, Kyrie, everybody. Anybody who doesn't win the championship, you can't win the championship every year. So I just think it's funny how they use certain words to try to trigger and make it look like if you go to the Lakers, you're wasting your years in the league. Bruh, if we hire the right coach, we make the right trades, use the right rotations, and stay healthy, we can win a title as soon as next year. They're making it seem like we don't have LeBron still, like we don't have AD still. Like this franchise isn't known for winning championships still. Like it's just, oh man, it makes me sick. But I'm glad we have this show, y'all. Fire emojis in the chat if y'all want this every fucking day, man. Because I'm willing to come on here every day and destroy these cats for their blasphemous ways. This is ridiculous. This is getting out of hand, to be honest with y'all. It is getting pathetic that these clowns lie to the good people. These clowns are getting paid to lie to the good people of the United States of America and beyond. And I will not stand for it. I will not allow it. And I won't listen. I'm gonna break it down, man, because this is ridiculous. Like, it pisses me off. There, you see, Darius, as a rookie, you see what we deal with every year, and it's not just this offseason. Trust me, everybody in the chat knows. They're with me when I say this happens every fucking summer, unless we win a championship. Every summer, the outlook is gloomy. I remember last year when we had Russell Westbrook. I don't know how they're going to get out of the contract. They have the worst contract in the NBA. Nobody's trading for that. All right. The offseason before that, they just came out of a championship. It's really hard to repeat. They're not repeating. The offseason before that, they just won the championship, but it was only the bubble championship. Blah, 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 blah. And the offseason before that, Lakers haven't won a championship in how many years? The offseason, like there's always a fucking narrative against the Lakers, man. And it's gotten to the point where it's like, dude, you guys are the biggest Laker haters, and it shows. You're supposed to be basketball analysts and actually talking with some objectivity, but it shows that you're the coach's son. I don't see you breaking down. He was out here like Captain Save-A-Hole for his pops, talking about, oh, it's not fair that JJ called him out. And then Doc Rivers came out and said, oh, yeah, you know, he's like, yeah, he was just mad because he had his best career here for me. Bro, your dad was a fucking failure. You guys didn't even get out of the first round. And how about we talk about that instead, huh? But no.
Let's get on Doc Rivers' ass right now. Like, here's the thing, Austin Rivers.
Where's
your dad? Your dad has a history of blowing multiple 3-1 leads in the playoff history. He can't get the Clippers out the second round. He can't get the Sixers out of the second round, and he couldn't even get the Bucks out of the first round. And Giannis. It's kind of like a what the fuck did I do? Like, why did I fire Adrian Griffin?
Giannis
Like,
messed
bro,
up. Giannis messed up. The rumor I heard was that Adrian Griffin wasn't really giving his brother a lot of opportunity. So that's like one of the main reasons why. Like, you should never run your team like that. You feel me? You
bro,
should,
Thanasis Antetokounmpo doesn't do much.
yeah. You should never
Like
run it like that. Your brother's not even NBA talent, if we're being honest. You know, and I love Giannis, but sometimes you got to leave family out of it, man. You got to just play the game. Lucky enough, he has an NBA roster. He plays like a G League player, so out of control. If you guys don't believe me, I'm not even hating. I like the Tecumpo family. I think they're very humble. I think they're awesome, but
they're cool people.
they shouldn't have interfered in what their coach was doing, because I think they had a brighter future with Adrian Griffin. Of course, injuries factored into their season as well. They've been injured the last couple of years. Giannis ended up not even playing. So I get it, but man, it's just – but this Laker hate, y'all. Whew. I'm so glad I invented this show, man. Good take, bad take. It's going to be a staple chat. All summer long, we're going to be breaking down stuff because, man, these clowns really coming out of the circus this offseason, man. The cat's out of the bag. I'm really recognizing who hates and who actually speaks objective basketball, right? And Doc Rivers' son is a hater with what he just said, especially the offseason that his dad just had. Y'all like the y'all like the Doc Rivers voice? All you gotta do is sound like like somebody who smokes a lot, or the Cookie Monster combined.
Oh yeah, I couldn't get the Clippers out of the second round. They're cursed.
I like yours too, man. That's basically it, man. It's not hard to do. I do a lot of impersonations, but the Doc Rivers one, that one, I think it's like, I might do a Doc Rivers voiceover. I don't know. Gotta figure.
Oh yeah, Dan. There's something funny you gotta watch on June 4th. It's about the Clippers, like clipped. Talking about the racist owner Donald Sterling.
Oh yeah, it's like a documentary.
Yeah. I think it's like a show.
Yeah.
I just thought of that. I was like, if I tell Dan about this, he's gonna be.
I'll be honest with you, man. I got a lot of work cut out for me this summer breaking down the Lakers. I really have no time for anything Clipper related. But if I do watch something, I'll let you know, man. But that's interesting.
Yeah,
they're really trying to bring attention towards that franchise, even if it's in a negative way. It is.
Right.
I told y'all Bundy was Sterling and Fishburne is Rivers.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's right. You did tell me about that. That's right, Die Hard. I remember. We might have to make fun of that series. Oh, is it a movie? It's a movie or a series?
I think it's a show.
It's a show, right? It's a show too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, it's a docuseries. There you go. Not a movie.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see what the coach's son got to say, because he got a lot to say for a loser, man.
For a choke artist.
You said shit on live TV. You heard that? Hold on, look, listen.
What?
Look, you almost said shit on live TV. Look what he says. You heard this?
Oh, what did he say?
They got a lot of shit. They got a lot to figure out. He was about to say shit.
I don't know if they're allowed to say that word on. No, they gotta keep it a little.
Well, hold up. Let's see what Doc's son got to say. Oh, I agree on that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Why don't any hold up? Anytime anybody got anything to say that even directed towards the direction of LeBron, you get an animated Shannon Sharp. This is hilarious. This is what I'm talking about. Mouthpieces, man. They're really on that clutch payroll. Like, go ahead and say it, bro. Let him say. He was actually finally making sense. The coach's son was saying something factual. Even a broken clock strikes twice. And here comes Shannon interrupted. Look at it. Crazy, bro. Yeah. Leave the church. Oh, and that's how you know they watch us Die Hard. This is what I be telling you, man. They're talking about our church. It's like, oh, man. Oh, man, that's funny. I can see that happening. I agree with that. Good take. I don't agree with that. Full of shit. They're always defending the coaches. Darvin Ham didn't have to play anybody who couldn't defend. He could have played Max Christie. He could have played other players, man. It just, oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, because if Max Christie was on the Knicks, I'm pretty much sure Tom Thibodeau would have played him.
Die Hard says Shannon owes me a trademark. Damn it! I'm telling you, bro. They be watching all of my shows and they be taking stuff from my co-hosts, from my guests, from everybody. So that's what they do, man. I'm not even hating. It's comical at this point, man. I see a lot of similarities to stuff we be saying at all times.
Even for me, like they trademarked out of me, or
Huh?
no?
Say it again.
Have it trademarked out of me? Or?
Yeah, I don't know, but my guy was the first one saying church on here. So shout out to Die Hard, man. I give credit where credit is due. As far as these folks here, nah, man. This is, I don't know. Their showrunners are really jockers, man. They're out here jocking your boy at all times. By the way, one of my voiceovers was just blocked by Disney on Instagram. So it tells you, bro, how much they watch what I be doing. You know what I'm saying? They literally blocked one of my voiceovers in different regions, right? And it was one that I did for Stephen A. Smith. So I find it really hilarious how.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, let me tell you something. They jock all my shit, but then when I make fun of their stuff, now they want to block it. See, that's a lot of sensitivity. I don't get sensitive. They can take my stuff. Go ahead, without giving me credit. Go ahead. If you're lacking that much creativity, go for it. You could just hire me. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to put me on TV, I could have wrote some stuff for you. Damn it, but they rather just steal everything. It is what it is, man. But yeah, as you can see, they're talking about church now. Let me see if I can remind it to that one moment. Nah, I don't want to go back to it, but y'all heard what he said, man. They talking about church. My boy, Die Hard, always talking about the church. So that's how I've been telling folks for years that they watch me, and everybody who rubs elbows with me, they watch you too. So it is what it is. The people thought I was delusional, but nah. When I first realized it, it was, I think, last year. Somebody with sources told me, yeah, they watch you a lot, Dan. They watch you a lot. And then I noticed that we were having a Batman versus Superman conversation on Around the League with the fellas. And the very next day on Fox, same one, same lines we dropped about the utility belt, same jokes, everything. And I put them side by side for you guys. And that was crazy for me. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Yeah. Say it again, bro. You sound a little muffled.
Oh, what about who's favorite superhero? Like either Batman or Superman?
Yeah, we were talking. Yep, we were talking about it, man. We were talking about that, and they brought it to their show the next day. Same question, the same format, and the same utility belt comment that one of my people on my show said. So, yep.
Let's see. Between Marvel movies, Infinity War or Endgame.
Yeah. It was similar. It was basically plagiarism, exactly, Strega. But Nah, I won't sue them. I mean, it only shows that they look up to me apparently. You know what I mean? So that's okay. That's okay. The thing about me is I'm very creative. You guys seen what I'm doing with good take, bad take. Don't be surprised if something similar pops up on somebody's channel. Don't be surprised, right? And it might be the opposite. It might be them breaking down takes of YouTubers or something. I don't know. But yeah, they always take and run with. And Disney does the same thing. Unfortunately, they've done it for years. If you guys look up the Lion King was not originally an American fan film. I think it was a Japanese. And they took the concept and just switch a couple of names up and voila. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So it happens. It happens. You just got to go with it. You kind of have to go with it. You know, I know we've been emulated a lot as well on Court Kings. A lot of our merch has been duped and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's a lot of copycats out there. But there's only one DTLF. Remember that, chat. And I'm always going to give you guys the business how it's supposed to be given.
Yeah, I honestly never knew that. Like the Lion King was originally a Japanese thing. What?
Yeah. But at least give credit. At least give credit. Look it up. Look at it. If you don't believe me, look it up, right? But at least
I think it worked for me. I just didn't know that.
People, right? Like my boy always
says, for it.
Like my boy always says, the doors of the church are always open. He started coming up with that here, you know, coming on as a guest on here. He started coming up with that, and that was his thing, you know. So shout out to my boy Die Hard, man. But you gotta pay homage to those that you know what I'm saying. So it is what it is. But again, back to the Lakers. I'm not surprised, man. There was a lot of bad takes on here today. We called them out. That's gonna wrap it up for good take, bad take, guys. Got the game coming up at 5, so I gotta go get prepared. Gotta go get my shorty some lunch and stuff like that. Thank you for joining me, Darius. Darius put in that the Lord's work today, bro. Appreciate you. And for the rest of you guys, I will see you sharp at 5 p.m. Also tonight, I think me and my girl are gonna go back to late night gaming, so definitely check that out as well. But I appreciate you guys. Much love to you guys. Thank you, Darius. Appreciate you as well, man. See you guys at 5.
See you at 5.
Peace out, Darius. Late.
Smoke that Celtic pack.
That's right. Let's smoke that Celtic.
You're gonna be Irish by the end of this series.
No, I'm not. But I am gonna smoke a Celtic pack for sure.
No, you're gonna be Irish. Trust me, Dan.
No, you're gonna be Irish. You are Irish. But hey, it's love for all cultures. It's just the team, man. Just the team. Appreciate you guys though. Much love, Laker family. I will see you guys here at 5, hopefully. All right. Peace out.